Hi, my name is Delaney. I am a licensed real estate agent here in the Boise area here in Idaho. I am super excited to share with you guys today the 3 service contracts you need to have for your home so that way your home remains a safe and healthy place for you and your family to live over the coming years. So let's get started. Are you anything like me? Are you trying to cram every home project into one weekend every couple months? Because that's what I do. And I guarantee there are things I miss around my home. And by having these 3 service contracts in place, it helps me maintain my home in a way that isn't going to serve me with a giant bill in a couple years. So, by having these small service contracts consistently around my home, I save a lot of money in the long term. So before we get started into these specific contracts you should have, I highly recommend you do some research on any service professional that you are going to be hiring. Make sure they are knowledgeable and, if possible, licensed in that area. That way, you are getting the best service possible and your home is getting maintained in the best manner possible. So first, we're going to start with HVAC systems, heating and cooling within your home. We rely on these every single day, whether it's winter and we're requiring heating, or in the summer and we're requiring cooling in the home. You want to make sure these systems are maintained and serviced on a yearly basis. These are really important because there is nothing worse than waking up and not having any heat in your house when it is 25 degrees out, or having a summer heat wave hit and you are stuck in 110-degree weather with no AC in your house. That is so uncomfortable. And by having these service contracts, you will be able to prevent that from happening as much as possible. So what to expect when you have an HVAC service plan in place? Typically, this is a twice a year maintenance check, one for your cooling needs and one for your heating needs. Typically, they'll come in, they'll check on things, they'll clean things, and they'll make sure all the pieces are working properly so that when you actually do need heating or cooling, it is ready to go for you and has been properly maintained. Usually these visits happen in fall and springtime. That way, as those needs are being ramped up, you are also servicing those systems within your home. Oftentimes, when you have a service plan in place, you will also receive priority over those who are calling in emergency situations. So, if something ever goes wrong, you know you have a trusted service provider who's ready and willing to help you and make you a priority over other people. Next, we're going to talk about pest control and wood destroying insects. So, if you live in an area kind of like me, I live in converted farmland. So, I deal with lots of rats, mice, voles, gophers, things like that that do come towards my house because I live in what used to be farmland. This is not uncommon, and having a pest control company will be really key into preventing these guys from making your life a little miserable. So, what to expect from a pest control or an insect control company? So, if you're like me, my company comes out every 3 months, so that's 4 times a year, and they spray and make sure everything is being taken care of appropriately. Here in the valley, we do have black widows, so that is really important for me to make sure those are taken care of. I don't want pets, family members, kids to come across those in my home or around my home, so I make sure that they can take care of those items. Now, depending on where you live, you may have a different type of pest that you are trying to control, and they will assess that based on your area at that time. So don't be afraid to ask your provider to do things like go under the house and spray even your yard as needed. So expect them to come out multiple times a year and be ready to have conversations with them about what you're seeing on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, or even a seasonal basis. And they should be able to adjust based on seasons and times a year. So that's what to expect from a pest control company. We're going to talk about chimneys and having a service plan ready for your fireplace and your chimney for your home. Your home should remain a safe place, and chimneys can be very dangerous if not taken care of properly. This is one I do not recommend that you do as a DIY unless you are a professionally trained chimney sweep, because there are special tools and special ways of maintaining a chimney that go beyond just cleaning the flue. So what to expect? You should have your chimney inspected and cleaned probably about once a year, more if you use it more often. So that is something that you need to talk about with your service provider on how often you need it cleaned. And this is super critical to do before you light the first fire of the season. So let me read you a list of things a chimney sweep will clean. They'll clean the fireplace, check the firebox, liners, smoke chambers, flue, and the chimney's exterior to make sure that everything is ready for you. They have the equipment and expertise to do this efficiently and safely, and without the mess that you probably would create doing it yourself. Oftentimes, these contracts also include wood burning stoves, things like that. So just talk with your provider and see what services exactly you need. This company also can usually handle chimney repairs and chimney maintenance. So be ready to talk with them about what your needs are as a household and make sure that those are taken care of. I really want you to have a safe and warm winter, and to make sure that your chimney and your fireplace is ready for service. Now, you might be thinking, I don't have a fireplace in my house, so I don't need a chimney sweep. But do you have gas burning stove or a gas furnace? Those also have a chimney that needs to be maintained and cleaned, and a chimney sweep is who's going to do that for you. So don't write this off just because you don't have a fireplace in your home. You may have other chimneys that you are unaware of. Now, I really want you to have a safe and wonderful winter season where you can use your fireplace, whether it's just for ambiance or for heat. And by having a chimney sweep come take care of things, you will, in the end, have a safe winter. So make sure you have that service plan in place. As always, my name is Delaney. I'm your resource for all things real estate. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I'd love to assist you, and I will see you in the next video.